Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with a really exciting Bath & Body Works empties for the month of January 2021. The only thing I'll talk about before I get going is you might notice that the lighting seems kind of different in this video. That's because I'm filming uncharacteristically late. I basically don't ever film when it's dark, but there was just craziness today and it was just kind of a hectic day like in general for me, so I really wanted to get this video up, so that's why I'm shooting it when it is kind of dark outside. It's really getting there. So yeah, anyway, that's it. That's why the lighting is a little bit different in that or in this video. But without further ado, let's jump right in to the brass tacks and get into my Bath & Body Works empties. So I'm going to start with my probably like least exciting things for the month. I finished up 2 pocket backs. One is in flannel and I picked this one up in the fall. The other is one of my beloved blueberry crumbles. So the flannel I thought was okay. It was very clean. I think that if you like laundry scents, or if you like kind of mahogany teakwood-esque scents, you would really like this. It's not that I didn't like it, but I thought it was very just okay. It was very strong. It smelled nice and clean, but it was just really overwhelming. And I'm a person who generally doesn't mind strong fragrances, but this one was pretty intense. So I'm not horrified by it per se. Like, it's not like I wouldn't ever buy it again, but I probably wouldn't buy it again if I had like more options with pocket bags from Bath & Body Works. So it was okay, but I may or may not buy it again. But my blueberry crumble, you guys know I've gone through a number of these and will continue to go through a number of these. I love blueberry crumble. It's essentially blueberry pie in a pocket bag, and it's really, really lovely. So this was marketed as a fall fragrance, but I could use this any time of year. This was really good. So I actually wound up picking up, I think 2 or 3 of these at SAS, so I will be using these into the spring as well. Okay, so moving on, let's move on to my moisturizers. I finished up a travel size Ultra Shea body cream in At the Beach. Key notes are white frangipani blossoms, toasted coconut, bergamot water, sea salt breeze, and sun-kissed musk. And while I couldn't use At the Beach all year round, I do enjoy it any time of year, if that makes sense. I have more of these where that came from. I purchased a bunch of these back at Summer SAS, so I've got some more of these, and this was just a good pick-me-up for the month of January. Really enjoyed it, and it did the job during the winter. Would repurchase, and I have more. Okay, so the full-size lotion that I used up was my Iced Pear Margarita. Key notes are Fiesta Pear, Baja Lemon, mango flower, Mayan sugarcane, and Mexican sandalwood. So I really enjoy it. Again, not something I could use all the time, but yeah, from time to time, I really love it. It smells very good, very fruity. And yeah, I really enjoy it. Does it smell like a margarita? Like, it doesn't smell boozy to me. It's not like a tequila type of fragrance to me. It just smells more fruity and kind of more conceptual, not necessarily something I would drink. It's more body care than that. So I don't think I have any more lotions in Iced Pear Margarita, but I did pick up a couple fine fragrance mists in this from Winter SAS. So I would repurchase. I'm really glad that the Fiesta collection has made a comeback, at least somewhat, at Bath & Body Works during SAS. So would repurchase it. Glad to have used it up. It was great in January as a good kind of pick-me-up for someone like me who dislikes winter. Okay, speaking of which, I did use up the fine fragrance mist as well, so it smelled just the same. It was a really fun, bright green color. I love green, so yeah, very fun to use up as a pick-me-up in January once I kind of got over the whole holidays thing, which happens on January 2nd, by the way. So yeah, not a winter person, so once the New Year's done, like, I'm done. I'm finito with that winter stuff. So yeah, Iced Pear Margarita is always a good one for me during January, so fun, pick me up, but I probably won't use another one until probably at least the summer. Okay, so I also used up a couple of scrubs. I used up the last scrub that I had left in my winter challenge. I'll link that down below. By the way, I just did my 2-month update. I'll put it down below if you haven't seen it. So I used up my sugar scrub in Love, Rose, and Vanilla. So really enjoy Love. I'm really glad that it got repackaged and not just done away with at Bath & Body Works. I will say though that I thought the scrub was just okay. It really wasn't what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be like the other sugar scrubs that tend to be very coarse and tend to be, I don't know if I would say scratchy, but a little bit abrasive. I tend to like my scrubs to be that way. This almost felt like a very fine sugar that you would use in your kitchen, like table sugar or something like that. Plus something very emollient. There's something kind of greasy about it, and while I didn't hate it, I also didn't love it. So I think that I would honestly repurchase this, but only at 75% off. I don't think I would even buy this for half off. But yeah, my husband really disliked it, but he doesn't like anything that feels emollient or anything that feels especially moisturizing. So he's very like sensitive about that kind of thing. So like I said, I would repurchase it, but only 75% off, but it's not quite what I wanted it to be. My other scrub that I used up though, this is what I wanted it to be. So this was my Pretty as a Peach Foaming Sugar Scrub. This is the only item that I purchased at Body Care Day back in, when did they do that? Like the end of November? I don't know. Anyway, back in the fall, I guess, or maybe early winter at Bath & Body Works, they had the Body Care Day. The only thing I picked up was this foaming sugar scrub in Pretty as a Peach. Now this is what I want a scrub to be. It was very coarse. It was, you know, kind of abrasive. It felt really nice. I felt like it was doing the job. It wasn't greasy. It didn't make, you know, my shower slippery. It was really wonderful. And it smelled really true to Pretty as a Peach. So it says the keynotes are blushing peach, jasmine petals, white nectarine, apple blossom, sheer freesia. Love it. Would repurchase all the time. But like I said, when it comes to Bath & Body Works scrubs, I have definitely gotten more choosy about the scrubs that I pick up. So even at $5.95, the, you know, whipped, I don't know, kind of whatever scrubs that they do for the holidays, nah, I'm not about that life. But I am about the foaming sugar scrubs. So this to me was definitely worth $5.95. So would repurchase it, but again, not at $16.50. Yeah, $16.50, that ridiculous price that they have. So anyway, so love this, would repurchase it. Okay, so let's get into my soaps and my shower gels. I'll start with my soaps. I had a crazy month for soaps because this month I was home all month, and I've been teaching from home all month as well. So when I say I've been home, like baby, I've been home this month. So for that reason, I've definitely gone through several soaps. That's gonna slow up in February, March, and April, and May, like through the end of the school year. But for January, it was like soap everywhere. Like I was using all of that soap. So the first one that I used up was the Perfect Autumn. Keynotes are fresh cranberry, spiced pumpkin, and crisp apple. Based off of the keynotes alone, this typically would not be my thing. I really am sensitive about autumn and winter fragrances because I just don't like a lot of spicy types of things, but this one was really lovely. I'm a Perfect Autumn person. I think it gets smoothed out with you know, not having too much spice in it, and that cranberry makes it pretty nice. Not quite sweet, but I think it makes it pretty neutral and not offensive. So yeah, I really enjoy the Perfect Autumn. I'm okay with the fact that I only bought one, but I will repurchase it in next fall or whenever it comes back out. Okay, let me adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the next one that I used up was an afternoon apple picking. This was my last one. I picked up 3 for this past year. Keynotes are crisp apple, succulent pear, and cinnamon. So again, a really lovely fragrance. I don't know that I'll buy 3 next year, maybe 2 max, but definitely 1. I would repurchase it. It was a really pretty bright red color, great for fall. But now that I'm in my spring transition, now that it's February, I'm really ready to move on. So I could see myself enjoying maybe a red apple fragrance in the summer, as long as it's sweet and not too autumnal like this. But if, you know, we don't come across one at Bath & Body Works, then I'll definitely just pick up one of these or so during the fall. Really enjoyed it. The next 2 that I used up were my last 2 fall soaps. So if you have been following my Use It Up challenge, I made it a goal of mine to use up all of my fall and winter items by January 31st, and I will say I met that goal. So I am using up still my Blueberry Crumble pocket bags, but like I said earlier, I could use that any time of year. So in my mind, that's not necessarily a fall thing, but in terms of everything else, I did use up the rest of my fall and winter stuff. And the last 2 fall soaps I had were 2 in Coconut Pumpkin Latte, again, that I purchased this past fall. So it says the keynotes are coconut cream, whipped pumpkin, and warm praline. Again, based off the notes, not something I would probably go for, But oh, I love it. To me, it smells like sticky buns. I don't know if maybe I'm the only person in the world that like had sticky buns for breakfast growing up sometimes. But yeah, it just smells like a really nice kind of caramely cinnamon roll. It smells really beautiful. So, you know, like I said with the afternoon apple picking, I'm a little bit over it. I really am happy to have these done. I don't know that I'll pick up 3 this coming fall like I did with these, but I'll definitely pick up probably at least 1, but likely 2. So enjoyed it, over it now, but would repurchase it. Okay, and the very last soap that I used up, I am telling you, I tore through these in the month of January. I got through my Valentine's Day soap already. And this one was in Rose Water and Ivy. I picked this one up at Summer SAS, kind of toward the end of it. Keynotes are soft rose petals, rain-kissed ivy, and spring musk. It smells like the Rose Water and Ivy that we've been having for a couple years. I love Rose Water and Ivy. It's so good. And I think that even if florals aren't necessarily your thing, like it's definitely floral for sure. There's no denying that, but it's not so like musky or in your face. It's pretty soft and I really love it. So I do have 1 more of these in my collection that I'll probably be using up in the summer. But oh my goodness, I love Rose Water and Ivy. It was such a beautiful pink liquid. It was great. Like I said, like in my mind, I was gonna be using it during February, so around Valentine's Day. But yeah, I just kind of got to it and just wanted to use it up, and oh, it was so lovely. I'm glad to have a backup. Okay, so now let's get into my shower gels. Again, I really focused on using up all of my fall and winter shower gels, and I made it happen. So the first one that I used up is my Sugared Cherry Crisp. The key notes are Bright Cherry Delight, Crumbled Graham Cracker, and Spun Vanilla Sugar. And I think it smells authentic to, you know, what the notes say. I definitely get like a syrupy cherry, not really a fresh one, but one that's quite syrupy. And yeah, kind of a bakery note too. So it wasn't my favorite ever in the whole world. It's not like this fragrance just changed my life, but I would repurchase it and I had fun with it. So, you know, I don't know that I really loved it enough to buy it in, you know, a lotion or a fine fragrance mist, but I really did enjoy it in the shower. So I would repurchase it, but I wouldn't hoard it. The next one that I used up was also from that line. I think that conceptually this line was really wonderful from the fall. So I used up one in Sparkling Plum Prosecco. Keynotes are Juicy Purple Plums, Wild Blackberry, and Sparkling Citrus. I'm telling you, every time I shoot something, they just need to be in frame. So yeah, same thing here. I don't know that I necessarily get the citrus, maybe a little bit at the end, but I definitely get the plums and the blackberry. Really enjoyed it. Again, a body care type of Lana. Anyway, okay, very much so a body care type of fragrance. Not something I would hoard, but it is something I would repurchase. Okay, and the next one that I used up is my last Twisted Peppermint for this year. Keynotes are Cool Peppermint, Sugared Snow, Vanilla Buttercream, Fresh Balsam. We all know Twisted Peppermint. I bought 2 this past year and I love it, would repurchase it, but really only for winter. I'm pretty over it now. Okay, and 2 left before I go grab that cat and close those doors. I also finished up in the Stars. This was my full size. I used up my travel size back in December. Key notes are Starflower, Sandalwood Musk, Sugared Tangelo, White Agarwood, and Radiant Amber. Really great, again, body care, kind of zingy, kind of perfumey type of fragrance. I definitely do get a little bit of a citrus, but it almost smells like a citrus perfume. It's not a citrus I would eat or I would drink. But yeah, I really enjoy it, but specifically only around the New Year. So, you know, like you're kind of seeing with this month, I really made a point of getting through my fall and winter stuff, and I like it, but I am kind of over it at this point. I'm ready for my spring transition that I'm currently using up. So yeah, would repurchase it, but it'll be a while before I repurchase in the Stars. And the very last thing that I used up is my last winter shower gel. This is in Black Cherry Merlot. I typically hate on body care that has packaging that doesn't clearly relate to what it is. However, I thought that the kind of New Year's packaging here, this Roaring 20s or whatever packaging, was pretty fun and really enjoyable for the new year. So Black Cherry Merlot, again, not something I really want in a lotion or a fine fragrance mist, but in the shower gel, I think it's actually pretty nice. So keynotes are Dark Cherry, Black Raspberry, Sumptuous Merlot. Great fragrance, wonderful, but a little bit over it. So yeah, would repurchase it, but just like in the stars, it'll be a while. Okay, so that is it for my exciting, fun Bath & Body Works empties for the month of January 2021. Like I said, I really made a point of getting through my winter and my fall stuff, and I did it. So I'm really excited that now I can be in the moment with my spring items, my spring transition, my florals, my fruits, you know, all that good stuff. And I'll have probably another good Bath & Body Works empties for the month of February. So as always, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Yellow Brick Repot. I'll put it down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.